Good day guys, you're welcome to the Gravos Academy under the Gravos Skills Hub. Today in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the applications or the software we'll be using for this smartphone edition of graphic designing. So as I said, Android users should go for PixelLab application whilst the iOS users should go for Canva. So I'm going to introduce you to this PixelLab application, and then for the first time after you install the application and you click on it, this is the window you should see, and then you allow the PixelLab to access your media files. So this is the default page you will see whenever you get your PixelLab installed either from Play Store or you download from your browser. So I'm going to introduce you to some tabs below, and then their functions, and then some features that we must know even as we start our journey in the graphic designing today. So when you check below here, we have some icons under the down here which are special tabs, and then they all have the ability to alter the entire design or the entire interface of the application. So the first one I would like to introduce you to is this tab, the first tab here, which is below here, and then it contains some default templates that it's inbuilt in the application. So what it does here is that it contains some templates that when you click on it, you'll be having the ability to edit everything here. And then this is when you don't want to start from scratch, but you want to start from somewhere, but you want to start from scratch. That's where you go for the default. So in all the videos we'll be doing, we'll be using the default. And then the next thing I would like to show you here before I even move on is the My Documents folder here that you can see down here, My Documents. What it does is that it contains all the projects you saved on your machine as My Doc. So when you come here, you see that we have Save as Project here. We have Save as Project up here. When you come to the saving button, Save as Project, and then Save as Image. So whenever you use the Save as Project, the file will be saved in My Projects folder, which is down here. Thank you very much. So let's continue to the next things we have on the down or the footer bar, which is the A, which I call the letter editor or character editor. So when you come to the character editor, it also contains these features which will enable you to edit a particular active text. It will enable you to edit an active text. When I talk about active text, when a text is in hover, when a text is selected like this, that is when we call the text to be active. But when you click on any other part here, you can see the text is no more active, and hence there is nothing down here that you can use to edit. They will just give you the option to add a new text or quotes. So when a text is inactive, that means when you click on the text like this and you are seeing this box around the text, which will even give you the ability to expand the text or reduce the size or modify it in a way. Then if it's not active that way, you won't be able to edit anything. But when it's active, you will have the ability to change the fonts. You have the ability to change the background of the text. You have the ability to give it a text stroke, and then you have the ability to give it all these features you can see down here. But for time, we won't be able to discuss all of them today, but as we progress in the course, you'll be introduced to most of them as we go. So that is it. And then let's come to the next thing we have on our bar here, which is the middle shape here. And then even as you can see, it's a shape, but how I call it is the object bar, or the object icon. So when you come here, all the things that we are having here they all contain elements that we can add to our project file. So the first thing here is the sticker, and then when you click on the sticker, you have the ability to add all these stickers you are seeing down here to your project file. You can add all of these stickers to your project file during editing. Okay, and then the next thing is import, and then you can see that from here. When you click on the import, that one too will send you to your gallery, where you'll be able to upload a file from your gallery. Any file at all you're having in your gallery, you'll be able to upload when you click on the import button. So without wasting much of your time, let's continue from there. So assuming you click on this from your gallery, it will be uploaded to your project files here. Okay, it will be uploaded to your folder, your project file here. So let's continue. The next thing we have down here is the draw, and then as the name goes, when you click on it, it will be able or enable you to draw on your design. Okay, so you click on the draw here, and then maybe you select your color. Maybe let me select this color here. Then you'll be able to draw normal, any drawing at all. You can change your pencil size, you can change the smoothness, you can give it additional editing, blur radius. You understand? So that is it when it comes to the drawing. And then we have the shapes which we will be using most of the time. Shapes. So when you click on the shapes, it will have it will give you the ability to import shapes, any type of shape you want, and then will give you the chance to modify all of them too as well. So when you select a shape like this, and then you click on this particular button tool here, the button down here, it will give you the ability to change the particular shape. So whether a circle, you want a circle, a triangle, or any other shape that you want, you can choose from the shapes, and then you have the ability to change or edit those shapes, the color and everything about the shape too. You can access them here. Then you just take it, and then it will be part of your design here. All right, so the next thing that we will talk about is the bizarre, but the bizarre, I wouldn't worry you much about it right now, because it's a little bit complicated when it comes to how it's being used, but you will get to know it as we progress in the course. Okay, so the last thing is arrows, and as the name suggests or the name goes, is just add arrows, any type of arrows. You'll be able to edit it the way you want. So that is it, and then you'll be able to change the color as well. So one main thing I would like to talk about when it comes to the object icon here is that, just as in the text icon, whenever a text is inactive, you'll be able to edit them the same way that when an object is inactive, you will be able to edit them. So you can see, check the things we are having down here. The things we are having down here. The moment I select any of the objects here, you can see it has changed, and it has given me the opportunity to modify or change everything about this particular shape. You have the ability to change everything about this particular shape that we are seeing, because it's inactive. So when it comes to objects, pictures or images, and then stickers, they are all part of objects. So if you want to edit a shape, you will use the object icon. If you want to edit a normal picture you've uploaded, you use the same object icon. A sticker, you use the same object icon, and even a paint. All the things you are having here, the moment you add them to your project files, you are going to use the object icons to edit them. The next thing we are having down here is the fourth icon down here, and then that is used to change or modify the entire design. So when you click on it, you can see that we have colors here, and then when you change the color here, it's going to modify the entire background of the design. You understand? Let's continue. And then the next one is transparency. When you want the background to be transparent, and it becomes more important when you are designing something like a logo. You see, a logo mostly has a transparent background, so you don't need a colorful background, so you use the transparency. And then when you come to the image sizing, when you click on it, it will give you the ability to modify the ratio of the design, the ratio or the aspect ratio of the design, and then that means the height and the width. So it means that, assuming I choose 5,000 width and then 2,000 height, the design is going to be given the same way. So 5,000 and then 2,000. The same way when you come here and then you change it this time, make this side rather 2,000 and then this side 5,000, is going to be like this. Okay, it's going to be like this. And then it's mostly important to when it comes to designing, because you have to know that it's not all designs that are going to be in a square or in a rectangle form. You understand? Because the shape of your profile picture is different from a wedding invitation card, is different from a banner, and even in banner or flyers we still have different ratios, and you have to know when and where to use a particular ratio when it comes to designing. The next thing I have down here is my image, and then this image is used to edit the entire background. Don't forget that we are saying that this panel is for the entire design, so everything that we do affects the entire design. That's why we are having something like this. So you can change the background here, and then if you don't want to use their preset images they have here, you can select the next one, which is from gallery, and then that one will give you the ability to use your own picture as the entire background. And then the next one too is from camera, where you have the ability to take a picture at a go and use it for the background. The last thing I have on the panel here is the effects, and then this effect also edits the entire background of the design, or the entire design, affect the entire design. So when you click on the vintage, it affects the entire design. When you click on the noise, it affects the entire design. When you click on the strips, it affects the entire design. So you can go about and then check the other things too, which is the brightness and then other color filter editings. And then let's come up here. We have a great panel here, and it will be very, very useful when it comes to using PixelLab application in designing with smartphone. So the first thing I would like to talk about is the layer selections, or the layer panel. When you click on the layer panel, it gives you all the things you have uploaded or you've added to your design page or interface. So as you can see here, we have 3 things uploaded here, which is the triangle, the bars, and then this sticker. Okay, so what you can see here is that the arrangement of the layers here affects how you see them here. Okay, so whenever I'm talking about this one, I try to use something natural or something common that we all know to explain this point. So assuming that we are having let me just use this one here. Assuming we are having a plate down here, and then we have some fried eggs on it. Okay, we have fried eggs on it. This one is the first fried egg, and then this one is the second fried egg, and then this one is the third fried egg. Okay, and then as I said, this one is the plate, the last one here is the plate. Okay, what layer does is that whenever you see something like this, layers too, that is how they are arranged. So when you are viewing from this side, if you are a viewer or you are somebody looking at these pancakes or eggs from this side, this is what you will see. You realize that you see the first pancake here, the second one here before the last one. Okay, that is the same way layers are arranged here. So when it comes to this side, this layer is at the bottom, this is on it, and then this one too is on top of it. So you can see clearly from this side that when I extend this triangle, it's going to cover all of them here, because when you come to the layers, it is the first one here covering the second one and the third layer here. The same way that this bars too is on top of this picture here, because when you come to the layers, it's the same way it's arranged, it's on top of it. So let's modify it and see, and you get to cherish it, that when we are to rearrange them, is the same way it's going to appear. So in doing this, we have two ways to do that, and I'm going to teach you one of the most effective way I mostly use when it comes to my designing on smartphone. So you can see there are some dots at the edges here, some dots. That is what we use to move the layers. So when you click on this triangle, for instance, you can move it down to this side. So right now the triangle is the down or the most bottom layer. So you can see right now it's no more on top of them, but it's rather behind. You understand? And then this bars too can be sent behind, so that this particular sticker will be on top of it. So that is how we edit the layers. And then when you come to this same layer selection, we have the locker, which is the padlock you are seeing here. The moment you lock it, it will be not movable. You can see I'm clicking on it, but that is not the one moving, but rather the bars is moving. So it's very important sometimes when you are working with plenty layers, you would like to maybe move the triangle, but because of these bars, it will not be moving. So what you do is that you lock the bars, then you'll be able to move the background just like that, as simple as that. And then the eye you are seeing here is invisible. So the moment you click on it, it makes that particular object invisible, whether text or anything. So that is it about the layer, the layer you are seeing there. So the next thing I would like to talk about here is the grade, okay, which is the button up here, the grade. So when you click on the grade, you can see that it's lining the design, okay, giving you rulers. That's how I call it rulers, because when you are designing, sometimes you want to get your things in alignment. They should all be following a certain pattern. So assuming I put this particular triangular shape here, let me unlock my bars. I will also put my my bars too in this particular part of the design. And then you can see that it's because of this grade, it is helping me to align this particular bars with the triangle. So the same way, if I want to add this particular sticker, I can reduce it and then put it just on the line, and then it's helping me align. So you can see all these parts of the design is well aligned in a ruler form. So that is the feature of the grid here. And then the zoom button is here, where you can just use two hands to zoom in and out, and you can zoom in for about 500 times or 500%. And then the undo button is next to the zoom button. And then unfortunately, we don't have a redo button in PixelLab. So the moment you make any mistake, you can go back, but you can't be going front again. So think about it when you are trying to use undo button. That is it. And then when we come to the top here, I don't want to be talking much about this one, but let's talk about this one too. It's just snippet. When you click on it, it will give you snippet, and then snippet is just a free test you can use. As example, you are designing something and then you've not gotten the real test you want to use though, but you just want to get something or a certain template for maybe your client to see how it may look like first. So you can just use those test free words. Mostly it's motivational quotes and other things. You can use them. And then the next one is the share button here, where you can save when you click on it, you can use it to save your project and then share it instantly. But I mostly use the save icon, which is next to the share icon, where I can be able to save my project. And please always save your work as project first. So maybe project, and I say okay. The next time I come here, even if I close this application and I come back again, and then there is a mistake and I cancel this project, and then I'm on the default page like this, the moment I go to my project, I will still be able to retrieve the project by clicking on it. You understand? So that is it. Always save your files as project. And then this is the last button I will be talking about, which is the plus button here. And then we'll be using this button a whole lot in this particular edition, or this particular smartphone graphics. So when you click on the plus sign here, you have the ability to add a text. So you'll be able to add any text you want. And then when you okay, so text, that is it. When you click on the current date, it will just automatically generate the current date for you, but I mostly don't use it. When you come to sticker, it will send you to the sticker bar for you to add a sticker to your design. When you go to the shapes, it will send you directly to where you can add the shapes, edit the shapes, and all of that. And then when you go to the from gallery, that one too will send you straight forward to your gallery, where you'll be able to import all your files or all your pictures that you want to use for that particular designing. So that is it for today. Thank you very much for your cooperation, and then I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Ensure that you're on the right platform so that you won't be scammed by anyone, because in our previous times, people used to use our videos for other tutorials which they don't even know anything about what they are teaching. So whenever you enter any page, kindly confirm from the administrators and make sure that ATK Universe is part of the administrators, and confirm my telephone number right on my profile so that you will never be scammed. And if you doubt anything too, don't forget to call these numbers you are seeing on the screen right now for any assistance. And if you suspect any scam too or anything like that, I would be glad if you can DM me with your proof so that the right and the necessary thing can be done. Thanks for watching this video.